Hello, and welcome to episode 11 of the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Sean, along with my dear friend Melanie,
Oh, hi.
are watching and discussing every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have seen the show several times.
I have not.
Today, we will be discussing the Buffy episode Out of Mind, Out of Sight, which involves or centers around a school dance, a prom.
Is it a prom or is it a spring fling?
They call it so many different
They call
things.
this the May Queen, so it's got to be spring fling.
Did you have spring flings?
No, we had homecomings and a prom. I think that's it. And a junior ring dance. Was that a thing for you? That was such a big deal for us.
I mean, getting the rings, I remember, was a big deal. Like, did you do the turning the ring?
Oh, yeah,
thing?
you had to turn the ring, like, counterclockwise.
It's supposed to be like the number of times, like, to your graduation year. So for me, I graduated in 96. I definitely did not. Because I remember the company was Jostens.
Same, yeah.
That that made the rings, and they gave out like a poster with like lines on it. So as people turned your ring, they were supposed to sign it.
Oh.
I doubt I even got.
Oh.
I got people to turn it, but I doubt I got anyone to sign the paper.
Yeah, I don't remember the paper, but we had a dance, the ring dance, and when everybody got the rings, and we all turned each other's rings at the dance. That
So
sounds
sweet.
bad.
Such a scam.
It really was. Do people still do junior rings? I mean, class rings must still be a thing, right?
I'm sure there are.
Justin's. Is Justin still? Man, that's like a trust or a what do you call it? Monopoly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Justin's.
Do you still have your high school ring?
Somewhere, I'm sure in a box somewhere.
Mine was big, it was gold, and it had this big blue stone. Because blue was our color. Man, that thing was gaudy.
Yeah, mine was silver with, I think, of red, because garnet was my birthstone.
And then like, you could get like little things added to it. Like I remember on one side I got a little quill and scroll because I was in all the like the writing kind of things, like newspaper.
Okay, I remember if they had that. My parents probably didn't pay for me to get the extra stuff. So, but yeah, that was the ring dance. And then we had homecomings. Did you go to your homecoming dances?
I never went to the dances. We did every year. They would do like a homecoming skit during halftime, and every class would do a skit.
Yeah.
I remember one year was movies because I remember my friend Trixie Sticks. I feel like I mention her on every episode.
Hey, Trixie Sticks.
She was involved. They did like Little Shop Horrors. I remember she was in that. And then the year I did it, it was like decade themed, and I think I was 10th grade, and I was it was the 20s, and it was like cops versus gangsters.
Oh yeah.
And I was a cop dressed in my dad's security guard uniform. But I never went to the dances. I don't remember them being a big thing. Like the parade was a big thing, and they did the court, but I don't feel like I ever wanted to go to the dance.
Oh,
So
it was a big deal for us. I think I went to my junior and senior homecoming dances. One of them I had a date, and the other one I did not have a date.
you went on your own?
I did.
Good for
And
you.
my friend and I went together, and we just spent the night going from room to room. It was at some kind of hotel or something.
Oh.
Like pining over, no, not hotel room to hotel room.
Oh, okay.
It was like,
It's like, what
the
kind of
dance was in like, there was an area where you could eat, and then there was another room where they had dancing, and there was, I don't know. And she had a crush on this one boy, and I had a crush on another boy. And we just kept going from room to room, watching them dance with their date and being all like, teen angsty.
Oh.
I know.
I remember there was an 8th grade dance because we moved up from
Yeah,
8th to 9th grade. I remember House of Pain, Jump Around, and Crisscross, Jump.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumping.
There was a lot of jumping. I remember doing a lot of
19,
jumping.
what was that, 1992, 93?
92, yep.
It's all about jumping in 1992 and backwards overalls.
Yes.
Did they wear all their clothes backwards?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Crisscross.
And then prom. I went to 2 proms. I went to my prom, and I went to my best friend's prom as his date. And I had a great time at both of those proms.
I only went to my prom, my senior prom. I didn't go to the junior one. I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that I went with, she was new in her senior year, and I think she was always nice to me, but she was a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
I remember once we were sitting at lunch, with other people. She pulls out an orange, peel and all, and just chomps in
With the peel?
with the peel.
All right, that is a little odd.
Yeah.
Is she an alien?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's bizarre.
And then we both went to the same college, so we would drive together the first semester, and then she started seeing this older guy who said I was not allowed to be around her anymore.
Oh, you were threatening.
Apparently. I mean,
You know.
those gay guys you bring to the prom, they're pretty scary. So that was the end of her. No idea where she's at. But the prom itself was fun.
Do you remember the theme of your prom?
I do not remember the theme. I remember the song, because I heard it in Publix yesterday, because We Belong by Pat Benatar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't like, Enchantment Under the Sea or anything like that. It was something about belonging, I'm sure.
Ours was Midnight Fantasy.
So what did that mean?
I don't know. And the prom did not go till midnight, so I don't think.
That was yours in the school?
That was our...
Or it was at a place?
It was at a place.
Yeah,
it was at a really fancy hotel.
Nice.
And, yeah, that was good. I took a limo.
Yep.
No, this was in 1989, so my dress was all like aluminum foil shiny, and I had huge hair. I'll have to find a picture. You could post it on the social.
Yes, because I have mine in my tux, my giant glasses.
The second prom I went to, my best friend's prom, I wore the dress from the previous year's homecoming, and I had developed quite a bit in between those 2 years. So I was good arm candy for that guy. I was spilling out of that dress. Good times.
For me, my prom was in '96, which was the year of the Macarena.
Oh.
If I remember correctly, the DJ played the Macarena 3 separate times.
I think at our prom, our DJ played Moni Moni about 5 times.
I mean, good song.
And people got excited, just as excited on the 5th time as the first time.
Now, were you one of those people who, after the prom, you stayed out until the next morning?
We took the limo to the bowling alley where the BBS get-together was being held. It was Friday night. And just so I could show off to all, our limo. And then we went to a party that was held by a friend of mine. And then I went to my boyfriend's house and slept over there. Sorry, Mom.
I have nothing exciting.
And then my mom cooked breakfast for us the next day for everybody.
Oh.
And then we went to the beach.
Nice. I think we went to the diner afterwards because, Long Island, that's what you do. Go to the diner. Mm-hmm. Pizza Burger Deluxe, cheese fries.
Oh, Pizza Burger Deluxe. You told me about this.
What
is a Pizza Burger Deluxe?
It is a burger, like marinara sauce and mozzarella. And I don't remember exactly what made it deluxe. But it's a damn good thing. Especially in the middle of the night.
The spit from the cook.
Another thing from this episode, yearbook.
I was on the yearbook staff.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was like you could get it was like a pass. I could get out of class anytime I wanted because I had to go do something for yearbook. It was amazing.
Yeah, say they did me a literary magazine and newspaper. Yeah. Yep, I had that permanently signed pass by one of the advisors. Yep.
I know the newspaper staff used to make fun of us in yearbook because we were the little, they weren't really articles. I don't know what you call that the
little
text,
yeah,
the blurbs. And they would say that wasn't real writing and make fun of us. I didn't care. It was fun. I had a good time.
Does that mean you were in a ton of the photos in the yearbook since you're on?
I was in quite a few photos, not a ton, but quite a few. Also, I was in one because I started my own club in my senior year because I was trying to plump up my my transcripts to look good for colleges. So I created a club with my friends called the Literary Arts Club.
Okay.
Got my own little spread in the yearbook for that.
And what did you do in literary arts?
Well, supposedly we were going to discuss, read. It was supposed to be like a book club where we read, classic literature and then talked about it.
Bridges of Madison
ended
County.
up, I don't even know if Bridges of Madison County was written yet at that point. But I know one of the books we were going to do was Mutiny on the Bounty. And we ended up just having everybody come to my house. So we watched the Mel Gibson movie. It ended up just being me and my friends hanging out. We really didn't do very much, but we were in the yearbook, so that counted.
Nice. I have my yearbook still.
Same.
They are they're in a crate in my closet.
Okay.
I did not get a lot of have a nice summers. I have.
Oh yeah.
I had some nice writing and some stupid stuff. But
when they said that in this episode, I started thinking about my yearbook and what people wrote. I don't think I got any have a nice summers.
Well, because you also got to choose who signed it, so
That's
I
true.
just didn't show it to the people I didn't like.
I do remember one thing that one of my teachers wrote. My science teacher, physics teacher, and I did not do well in this class. Try as I might, he wrote something about my quiet perseverance. It's like, oh, that's kind of sad, but thanks, I guess.
It's like my boss at the job we had together. Every personnel or every HR review, Sean is humble. He loved using the word humble.
Yeah.
Just like Wilbur, the pig. I am humble.
You are some pig.
Then another thing from this episode, feeling invisible.
Mm.
Have you been there?
So I am 5'2", in a world of not 5'2" people, and I have often felt invisible. I can remember once, my first year in college, I was at a club on campus, and it was so crowded, and I was literally like, everybody around me, I was just looking at backs.
Mm.
I was so small compared to everybody around me, and I got so upset about it, and I left, and I went and cried somewhere. Angsty. But yeah, I mean, not like personality wise. I think I have a pretty outgoing personality, so that I don't get overshadowed in a room. I don't know. People tell me I'm outgoing. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you are, because when you interviewed me, those 12 years ago, you were like the number one person I remembered.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do have an outgoing. You're like me.
I don't fade into a room.
No, you don't fade into a room. I think you're like me in that you're an introverted extrovert.
Yes. Or an extroverted introvert.
One of
those things. Yeah. It's kind of like in Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, another nerd. I'm so nerdy. There's like the real you, and I don't remember what the terminology is. Somebody can remind me. The real you, and then the you put out there. The real me is introverted.
I think the real me is still introverted.
Yeah.
I think I'm a lot more extroverted than I used to be.
Yeah.
Like in high school. But yeah, I think at heart I'm introverted.
But anybody that I would ask about you, or I'm sure you would ask about me and say, what do you think, is Sean introverted or extroverted? They would say, oh no, Sean is extroverted. Same with me. When I tell people I'm shy or I have social anxiety or whatever, they're like, what are you talking about? Survival skills.
I do. The one scene, and I will start talking about the episode in detail, but the one scene that I related to was when Marcie was in the English class.
Yeah.
She's putting her hand up, and teacher's calling everybody but her.
Yeah.
In my sophomore year of college, we had to take a literature class. I took Introduction to Poetry. And the teacher had her 4 favorites. And like she would walk into class and say, like, one of them's named Bob. Bob, I can't wait to hear what you had to say. And she would call on, Bob and the other 3 people, and did not give a crap what anybody else thought.
I don't know. In my world, I'd be like, oh, thank God. Pressure is off. I'm just going to listen to what they have to say.
But I had feelings. I had opinions.
Feelings.
The poetry, man.
Connected. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever felt that invisible. Poor Marcie.
Yeah. Poor Clea DuVall.
Boy, Clea DuVall, I will have to say, I don't know how much she got paid for this episode, but she got a deal on this episode because she was on screen like, what, a total of 3 minutes?
I was going to say probably less than that. I think,
right?
Even.
And she probably just did all her stuff ADR, and who knows if that laughing was even really her. And man, that's easy money.
Was it playing the flute? We'll never know.
No.
That's going to have to go on the list. When we meet Clea DuVall. Was it you playing the flute? Was it you holding the scalpel?
I forgot to look up where this fell in Clea DuVall's resume.
So I did look at what else she's in, because I know her from so many things. And it was pretty early on, around like the same time as The Faculty, which she was in.
Yeah. She does look very young in this episode.
She does. Some of the other things that I knew her from, Can't Hardly Wait, which I know we've discussed before, is one of, probably my favorite movie of the 90s.
She was in Can't Hardly Wait?
According to IMDb, she was. I can't tell you who, and, maybe I'll edit this out if it wasn't really her.
I know Lauren Ambrose was in.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look.
All right.
I haven't watched that movie in a couple of years. So
all right.
Maybe that'll make me watch it this weekend. Girl Interrupted.
Yes.
Identity.
Oh, that's right.
I love that movie. That is like one of my favorite movies with a good twist. I feel like the one I know her from the most, Carnival, which was an HBO series.
I never watched that. I wanted to.
She, to me, stood out the most in that. Heroes. Which was
I didn't watch
NBC.
that one either.
And then I stopped looking at that point. But apparently she was also in a few episodes of The Handmaid's Tale, which if she was, I didn't recognize her. Or maybe it's just a season I haven't watched yet.
Okay. I'm looking as well to see if there's anything. Was she in she was in But I'm a Cheerleader. Did you ever see that?
I've seen so many clips of it on Reels and TikTok, but I've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would like it. I'm checking Can't Hardly Wait.
Okay. Oh, Dangerous. Oh, the TV series, Dangerous Minds.
Oh, yeah, she was. There she is right there. Like, I'm looking at her character, I see her.
Oh, yeah. She was like a main character.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah.
But she's been in a ton. And I feel like she's one of those actresses that has a very distinct voice.
Mm-hmm.
So when she's in something, it stands out to me. All right, ready to dive into the episode?
Let's do it.
All right, so... All right. We get the cheesy voiceover.
No previously on, but
No.
the cheesy voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
It is very weird how random that seems. Like, not every episode has that.
Yeah. I wonder what makes them decide what to include. Do they cut it for timing?
I would say maybe an episode has to be a certain amount of time, and they have to, I don't know.
Cordelia talking about the end of school dance.
Yep. Cordelia and Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And Harmony with the weird t-shirt with the little kitty on the front. I think that's like a signature of the 90s, mid-90s fashion for young girls, is like you just have a cute little white t-shirt with some little cartoony animal on it.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable.
Yeah, I can see that. So I feel like this is the first time that we get a lot of Harmony, and Mercedes McNabb is the actress. So do you remember in the movie The Addams Family when they're at like summer camp?
Yes.
The blonde girl?
Yes.
That's her.
That's her?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, I can see that now.
Yep.
Oh, and she's just as annoying.
Oh, yeah. Mitch, who is Cordelia's current man, is talking about her blue eyes.
Yes.
But no.
They're hazel.
They're hazel like me. I feel like there's, we have a bond.
You're
now.
comparing yourself to Cordelia?
I'm not comparing myself to her, but we both have hazel eyes.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
They run into Buffy.
Literally.
Yeah, yes. Buffy, who trips, and her accoutrements go everywhere.
Her little action figure kit.
Yeah.
What do you call that thing? The spiky ball.
Mace.
The mace. Yeah, with her mace.
Not to be confused with Mace the Spice.
Or Mace the Rapper.
That's true. I saw there was a cross and a stake. There were a few other things, but I just kept going.
I know. That's funny.
To see. And then we're in English class. After Cordelia's insulting to Buffy again.
Again. She's, the social pariah. I don't know. I don't get it. Perky little blonde girl. And she refers to, and she says, "You're always in that creepy library. That creepy librarian." It really is a creepy library.
Well, because nobody's ever there.
Yeah, but I mean, we've talked about that.
Yes.
The books that are in there are pretty creepy.
Yes.
She's not wrong.
I mean, if you think about it, like, this new girl, and you always see her hanging out with the librarian. I mean, that does seem kind of weird.
The librarian that's like somewhere between 40 and 60 years old.
Yes. It is a little odd. So I kind of get where Cordelia's coming from. But then we do go to English class.
Yes.
They're talking about Shylock, and I had to Google. That is from Merchant of Venice.
Oh, okay.
We never read that in English class.
I think we did, but I don't remember. So I also noticed a little fashion note. Willow's wearing a Scooby-Doo shirt.
Yes, I got
So I know they're called the Scooby Gang, right?
I don't know if it's happened yet, but yes, they are known.
They are. Is that just a fan thing, or is that like?
No, it comes
They
up.
Later on they're called the Scooby Gang.
Yeah, it does
in the
come
show.
up in the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah, I never noticed that before.
Oh. And then so they're talking about Shylock, and Cordelia is going off on how he's so self-involved, and it's kind of funny, and he should get over himself. But then Willow offers up some information or an opinion or something, and Cordelia says, "That's such a Twinkie defense."
Yes.
What?
It was the 90s. The cheddar on the calf is that it was a Twinkie defense.
What? All right.
No,
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
It's a Twinkie defense. Okay.
Okay, what did you find out about the Twinkie defense?
I found out that it, let's see, it was a term coined by reporters during their coverage of the trial of defendant Dan White for the murders of San Francisco City Supervisor Harvey Milk and Mayor George Moscone. His defense was that he suffered diminished capacity as a result of his depression, which his change in diet from healthy food to Twinkies and other sugary food was said to be a symptom of that depression. And that led to his actions.
Huh. The more you know.
The Twinkie defense.
I'm going to remember that. That's definitely going to stick with me.
Okay.
Thank you for looking it up.
And then she says, when she's talking about Shylock, and she says, "Those people craze me."
Yeah.
What?
They craze her. There is a lot.
They ruffle her.
Yes. There is a lot in this show of them creating
Lingo.
parts of speech, creating lingo.
Yeah.
Like, making nouns into verbs kind of a thing. Like they were, this is a few seasons away, but they were the first to say Google someone.
Oh.
Buffy was.
Oh.
But yeah, you'll hear a lot of interesting turns of phrases and lingo.
All right.
Including that one. Did it ruffle you?
I am unruffled.
All right. Then we go to the locker room unless you have it in it.
Yep. Nope. Nope. And you could tell something bad is going to happen because the music is telling you something bad is going to happen.
In theory.
But all the lights are on, so it throws you off a little bit because,
And there's nobody
Usually the lights are off in the locker rooms in this school.
Maybe it's only the girls' locker room. I think it's the first time we're seeing the guys' locker room.
Maybe, that's true, it is.
And there's nobody walking through saying, hello?
No, but there is weird laughing.
There is weird laughing.
Disembodied laughing.
Well, and before that, Mitch is being gross. It's not her arm I'm hoping to be on.
Oh, I know. Gross.
Nasty.
Boys are gross.
They are. But yeah, we hear some women's laughter, and then...
It's the most unnatural laughter. Like whoever this is like feigning laughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And then we get a Wingardium Leviosa baseball bat.
Yes.
Baseball bat is flying around.
And man, that ghost has the worst aim ever. That thing is unwieldy.
Yes. And it beats up Mitch.
Yes.
And then we get credits.
Then they're back in the hallway, and Cordelia is campaigning to be the May Queen?
May Queen.
Is that what they call it? The May Queen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. But, okay. It's like Homecoming Queen, I assume. But she's got like, Harmony is there, I guess. But then she's got these two rando girls.
Her entourage.
Yeah, we don't know who they are. They don't say anything, but they're just standing next to her, like her gang girls. Like, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Does it matter to us who those girls are?
No.
No. Okay. They had to audition for those parts.
They did? They did. You're absolutely
Hanger
right.
on number 1 and Hanger on number 2.
Kind of like Cool Guy number 1 from the
it is.
Nightmares.
Yes,
the
Cool Guy
the female version.
Yeah.
And Cordelia is handing out chocolates.
Yes.
A C. Yeah, a C for Cordelia.
Yes.
But then she tells Buffy, again, I don't think I need the Looney Fringe vote.
I wrote that too, the Looney Fringe vote.
Rude.
I know. And then Willow and Xander come over and they're kind of talking to Buffy. And then Willow just has a stroke or something and starts laughing uncontrollably. I was like, man, this is some bad acting right here. I didn't like it.
Okay. Did you see what she was holding?
No.
A Squeeze-It. Do you remember Squeeze-Its?
No.
They're little plastic bottles.
With like sugar
yes.
juice in them?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That's a 90s thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Do you have one?
I'm sure I did. I mean, it's not the kind of thing my parents would buy, but I'm sure.
It's just even now, I'm like cringing. Yeah, but yeah.
Pure sugar. But yep, she's there with her Squeeze It and her Scooby-Doo t-shirt.
And her stroke laughter. I don't know. She's just having some kind of fit.
And yeah, her and Xander are reminiscing
Yes.
of when Cordelia did something funny in the 5th grade. And Buffy's she's feeling left out.
She feels left out. Foreshadowing.
Exactly.
That's the theme. So then the rumor is going through, the rumor mill at Sunnydale. We're all hearing about what happened to Mitch.
Yes.
And somebody says he's dead, and then Armin Shimmerman is there.
Yep.
He's like right there. There's no dead students here, but you could see in this school why people would assume that he's dead.
Yeah.
Why there's another dead student, because it's been at least a week.
Yeah. Well, and I think he even said, like, there's no dead student here this week. He kind of mumbled. Because it happens.
And then Buffy is going to go check things out. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm going to go. And Snyder is like, well, no, rightfully. I was on his side on this one.
I agree.
Yeah, that's right. You can't go to the crime scene. You should have been. Where were you, Armin Shimmerman, when Giles was all up in the crime scene, whatever episodes ago? Good for you taking control of your school.
Well, forget crime scene. She shouldn't be going to the men's locker room.
That's true.
Did you happen to notice her skirt?
No, I don't know.
Because at first I thought it was like pink leopard print, but then I thought maybe it was cherry, so I just couldn't tell.
Oh, no. No, I just always noticed that she's wearing pastels with black boots. It really bothers me.
Yes.
It crazes me.
You're crazed. But Buffy does end up in the locker room.
Yep.
She noticed there is a word spray painted on the lockers.
Look. Right.
We don't know what we're looking at yet.
No.
And then we go to the cafeteria.
Yep.
I like Xander's joke because they're talking about the bat. Maybe it's a vampire bat.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the only one that liked this joke.
You didn't laugh
Nobody
at
at the table liked the joke.
No, that's true. Did you like it?
Xander makes me giggle. Just because he's a goofball.
You heard it here first, episode 11. Xander makes her giggle.
All right, so then my next note is Cordelia and Harmony are talking outside, and all of a sudden, bam, Harmony's down the stairs.
Before she's down the stairs,
what?
Cordelia wasn't in 5th period because, they just come and go at this school.
Because she had it free.
She had it free and she went to the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she went to the hospital, right.
But yes, then Harmony falls down the stairs.
That was some acting down those stairs.
Did you catch the stunt person?
No.
Right when she falls, you could tell.
It was obvious stunt person.
It was obvious stunt person.
I probably in my head said, rewind that because that's probably an obvious stunt double. And then I was just like, oh man, that's quite a tumble.
Yeah.
And then again, Snyder's there immediately.
He is a better principal.
He's on the ball. He's on the ball. Yeah. I sure hope he doesn't meet an untimely demise.
Oh, we have a lot of Armin Shimmerman ahead of us.
All right, good.
A lot of playful banter with him and Buffy.
All right, good.
So then, Buffy hears some laughter. Yep. And we see some, so she goes back on the stairs exploring. We see some moving ceiling tiles.
Yeah.
Which I had to rewind because I didn't know what that was at first.
I know. I wrote that I feel like the camera keeps panning to nothing. Yeah. Like they're trying to capture the invisibleness of this person. That's their budget. Their season 1 budget.
Just random shots of ceiling.
Pan over to nothing. Yeah.
Another cute thing that I wrote down that Xander said he asked Will over for dinner. Mom's making her famous call to the Chinese place.
I wrote that too, and I think fast forward to where you asked me what my favorite line is, and that was my favorite line.
Oh, cool.
But before you get to that, we panned over and saw the weird guys in suits.
Did we? I missed that.
When like it's in the opening of the shot. They just kind of pan past these guys in suits, but nobody acknowledges them. Who are they? Are they really there? At one point I was like, are they really there? Is that like...
Was that the crew? Or they just didn't
I don't know. Or they're like somehow invisible, but not really. I don't know. And then, and then Xander says something about he comes up with some knowledge from his research. And he goes, yeah, research boy comes with the knowledge.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I thought, just like a knowledge girl. What am I, knowledge girl?
Mm-hmm. Which you wanted on a t-shirt.
I do. And I thought that's a good couple's costume for us.
Oh.
Research boy and knowledge girl.
We had something else a few episodes ago that we also said.
I was just thinking recently that I need to go back and re-listen to all of our episodes and start writing down these things that we've said. Oh, go put it on the bingo card, or
dress up for Halloween.
Part of our drinking game, or the Melanie and Sean homework. Unless somebody else has anybody started a wiki page for our podcast yet?
If you haven't, feel free.
Yeah.
And let us know.
That's right.
At thesunnydalediaries@gmail.com.
So, okay. So then after Willow and Xander take off to go have Chinese food or whatever, Buffy is investigating, and she's walking down the hall, and she comes across Cordelia in a room with all of her lackeys trying on her dress, hemming the dress. I was like, what is this, like a wedding prep? Or like, what? Why are they doing this at school?
I thought that was weird. I did write down that it was a reenactment of the Mice and Cinderella scene.
Yes, it kind of was. But what room is where? Why are they here doing this at school? I mean, I know why, because it's a show and blah blah. But
yeah,
it's poor writing.
It is
lazy, Joss Whedon.
Mm-hmm. And we get Buffy in pants. Doesn't happen a lot in this season. And she was wearing pants when she came back this evening. You know.
Oh yeah, okay. Because evening. So back to the library. Mm-hmm. Angel's
there, but no reflection.
Yes. Wow.
That was some cool special effects.
We haven't seen Angel in a while.
I don't think we've seen Angel since episode 7, Angel. Because he wasn't in the puppet show. He wasn't in Nightmares.
Interesting. Yep. So this is where we learn about some more of the Dusty books.
Yes, the Tiberius Manifest.
Do you think that's a Star Trek reference? That's Captain Kirk's middle name.
Oh, maybe.
Because there's another Star Trek reference in this episode, in the next episode.
No, the next episode.
Yeah.
And then the Pergamum Codex,
Codex.
That's when I had to turn on the subtitles.
Same.
Because there used to be a home improvement store on Long Island, Pergament.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm sure it wasn't the Pergament Codex, but let me go back and check. So, but apparently it disappeared centuries ago, but Angel can get it.
Angel's gonna get it.
He's got the deets.
No problem.
He's got on Amazon. It existed by then, I think.
Just for books.
Yep. Then we get our first look at Clea DuVall.
Flashback.
Yes. How many times could a toupee look like a cabbage?
A lot in this scene.
Explain to me how a toupee could look like a cabbage.
I think they meant like a cabbage leaf.
Still?
Like a big cabbage leaf just sitting on his head.
Oh, okay.
So you just needed the visual of me putting my hand on my head like that?
Yes.
Right.
Because I was picturing the ball.
No, just one leaf.
Okay.
But, okay, so this is what I thought about that scene. What is this bathroom that only has one sink and they all have to crowd around that sink? And that's really hard to ignore someone when you're standing like shoulder to shoulder with them the way they were at that sink.
That's fair. But still, weird.
So, poor Clea DuVall.
Yeah, she was really trying to fit in. And
she really was.
He just ignored her.
And again, why? It's so arbitrary. Who's popular and who's not in high school, and who gets ignored and who doesn't.
100%.
It's tough being a kid.
It is. But it does get better. You just got to make it through those 4 years.
Yeah. It's true. All right, so then we're back in, so then we're out in the courtyard where Cordelia has won the May Queen.
Yes.
And she's holding court, giving her speech, giving a whole oral history of her fashion decisions from 6 years old on.
And I noticed Buffy wearing a scarf.
Yes, wearing a blue scarf.
Yep.
And suit guys are there again.
Man, I did not see them.
Yeah.
I did not see them at all.
They're invisible.
Apparently.
They're very stealthy.
Willow pulled up classes, activities, medical records.
Again, HIPAA violations.
Sorry, so I had to look because I knew that HIPAA came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it was passed in 96, but it did not go into effect until 2003.
Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of violations in this show.
Well, no, I know, but I really thought at this point HIPAA was in effect.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
I feel better knowing it was passed in 96. I didn't just make that up, but...
So we'll have to see going forward if they continue with the violations in this show or they are HIPAA compliant. Okay, so now we're searching for Marcie.
Marcie Ross.
We know Marcie Ross. We know her name, and we're checking all over for her.
Including the ceiling.
Yes, and we go up into the ceiling. That's a really big area up there.
Mm-hmm. We got to be able to move around.
I guess.
And we've talked about crawling through air vents before.
Yeah, I thought of that again when she was crawling up there. I was like, man, that's some, those ceiling tiles, those foam ceiling tiles are not very strong. Mm-hmm. But Marcie's got a whole apartment set up there.
She's got a little cozy.
I don't know how she set up all of that stuff or how she got it all up there. But yeah, she's got a little, they called her the nest. That's what it was.
Yeah. One of the things up there was a yearbook.
Yep.
She grabs.
Yep. Have a nice summer.
Oh.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that was code.
Oh, that is.
Have a nice summer.
Yeah, I say that, but maybe I know it because I watched this episode in '97. Yeah, this is the first one I ever watched. Yeah, poor Marcie. Actually, we're not at the have a nice summer yet.
Oh,
because the English teacher.
Oh, first we're gonna take out the poor English teacher. I was like, why are you gonna take out Miss Miller?
Well, you saw what she did.
She didn't call on her.
Exactly. That's a murder reason
yeah,
if I ever heard one.
I felt bad for her.
Especially that way.
It's tough being a teacher.
Like bang over the head.
You don't get made, earn enough money for that.
Absolutely not.
Teaching.
No. But thankfully Cordelia comes in and rescues her.
Yep.
And we get some more Wingardium Leviosa with the chalk.
I do have to say, thought it was interesting when earlier in the episode when Cordelia asked for help on her whatever she was writing from Miss Miller. And she seemed like a very polite young lady when she was very grateful and courteous. And I was like, oh, who's this Cordelia?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it more, but I feel like we see some different sides of Cordelia eventually in this episode.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, okay, good thing Cordelia showed up late.
Saved her. And we get listen. So now we're looking and listening. Isn't that like a song? Stop, look, and listen. Okay, kids.
Stop, drop, and roll?
Well, no. Oh, what that
Stop,
one?
Look, and listen?
Yeah.
Stop right now. Thank you very much. I know that one.
It is a good one,
okay.
But no.
No, that's not it. Okay. All right. So then we learn about Have a Nice Summer.
Yeah. People perceived Marcie, or people weren't.
They were not perceiving her.
Yeah.
In any way.
Cave, so it's not like she chose this.
Right.
Plot twist.
Da-da. Yeah, it's not something she can control.
Right.
And so then Giles says, oh, I was thinking mystical versus quantum mechanical.
Mm-hmm. Breaking down the physics.
Yeah. Okay.
I do like that they did throw in that, it's because they're over a hellmouth. Because that was really the catalyst.
Yes.
I was like, if that's the case, I probably would have been invincible a couple of times.
And it did remind me when he said reality is created by perception. It reminded me of our prior boss who used to say that all the time to us, our director. She used to say perception is reality.
Yes, she did.
So it doesn't matter if it really happens that way. If your customer perceives it that way,
that's how it
is.
She also said, which I feel relates to this episode, English is hard. When she was talking about
I think of that all the
time
in my life when I'm communicating with people. She is a difficult language. Yeah.
We get Cordelia in the library for the first time, I think.
Oh, she asked for help?
Yep. She pleads.
She really does. Is that before or after flashback?
English flashback?
Yeah, the English flashback.
English flashback was before that.
Okay.
So we find out, we get a flashback back to the English class.
Yes.
Which then we find out why the teacher got her, because she was calling on everybody.
Yes.
But Marcie, even though Marcie had her hand up, she was eager.
I'm telling you. I don't know why she wasn't like, can you not see me? I have my hand up. I do this when I'm driving sometimes. If people cut me off or something at night, and I like I make sure my headlights are on. I'm like, do you not see me here?
Right. I did like the effect of her fading away at that point. I don't like that it happened to her, but I thought it was a good effect.
It was kind of like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future when he's playing the guitar and his hand starts and he's looking through his hand.
Yeah.
Season 1, baby. And so then Cordelia goes to the library to beg for help.
Yes. Giles said that he doesn't think he's ever saw her in the library before. And she said, oh no, I have a life.
Yes. Oh, Cordelia.
We get a wigged.
She's wigged on the whole May Queen thing.
Yep.
And then as she's begging, my note was, Wait, Cordelia is being introspective. What?
And then I think right after that, she's out in the hall with Buffy,
Yes.
and she says, "I could be surrounded by people and
Yes.
completely
That's
alone."
what I mean. She's vulnerable.
Yes, she's not just a mean person.
It seems kind of abrupt, this personality change.
That's
Like,
fair.
what? All of
Yeah.
a sudden? But okay. All right. Whatever.
I mean, she did have a few moments where she was nice to Buffy.
Yeah.
Throughout the season, like the first episode, she showed her the book, and then I remember in the Nightmares episode, she helped her find her history class because she didn't know where it was. But overall, she was pretty mean, and this is pretty abrupt because now she needs something.
Yes. So then they're walking, and they're going to go try on her dress, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is, and they go to the mop closet.
Why was it a mop closet? Why was it? I've never heard the term.
Instead of a broom closet?
Yeah. Have you ever heard mop
I
closet?
didn't think of that. No.
Okay.
No, or janitor's closet. And so I'm wondering why they had to go. I guess they went to the mop broom closet because that's a small space.
Yeah.
Where they know there's no invisible person.
But it has a ceiling.
It does have a ceiling. And so I thought it was funny, though, when they walk in and Buffy starts looking around very dramatically. Like, she's like, okay, the coast is clear. I'm like, how do you know that? If she's invisible, how do you know she's not in the corner of the mop closet quietly watching you?
That's fair. We get the magic flute music.
Yes, magic flute music. And then they're following it. And I kind of knew something was going to be up at this point. And yeah, it's a recording. And then they're trapped with the gas leak.
Yes.
Again, what kind of school is this?
Where you just walk
into a room and there's a gas leak.
Yeah.
And there's no safety exit. No, there's no way to get out.
The people who built this school just did not give a crap. They did not care.
No, they did not. They were the lowest bidder for sure.
Cordelia gets yanked up into the ceiling. You see her little high heel white shoes flopping back and forth.
Yes, and Buffy does some gymnastics to chase after her.
Super leap.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then Buffy gets knocked out.
Yep, through the ceiling.
Gets knocked out, and then she gets the syringe, the ghost syringe.
Yeah.
Of what? We don't know.
Something like that.
Syringe to the neck.
Yeah, and gross.
Right?
Yeah.
Roofied. She's in the ceiling, get it?
That's a good one. I like that.
And then they wake up, and there's a beautiful glitter on the curtain. It says,
"Learn." So we're looking, we're listening, and we're learning. Mm-hmm. What was the point of all these words?
Stopping, dropping, and rolling. I don't know. But I don't know.
It really...
She's trying to teach them a lesson. It seems like a lot of forethought and preparation for somebody that's like bonkers crazy.
Man, unless like she meant like, seeing here everyone.
I don't know.
I'm probably making too much of this.
I don't know. But man, that was some good application of that glitter.
Yeah.
It wasn't messy at all. It was like very neat.
Somebody earned their money that day. Somebody in the props department.
Yes.
They went to Michael's. Went aisle 34, got that glitter spray. Cordelia's face is numb.
She's speaking very, not eloquently, but she's speaking very well for someone with a numb face.
Yes.
Instead of blah, 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 like that, like when you go to the dentist and your face is numb.
Suspend your disbelief.
Okay.
It's been at least 2 episodes since I've said that.
Okay. All right. So then the tray of torture tools and knives comes over, gets wheeled over.
Yeah. Marcie wants to give her a face that is unique, that everyone will remember.
Yeah.
And she actually gets her on the cheek.
She does.
Mm-hmm. At this point, he keeps flipping back and forth between this and the gas leak.
Yeah.
Angel breaks down the door, rescues them. And this, I thought I wasn't going to have this beef until the next episode, but they do it here too.
What?
Because, Giles is saying something like, we need to turn off the gas before, the school blows up. And Angel says, I'll get it. It's not like I need oxygen while he's panting.
Yes. Yes. And same in the next episode as well. Yes. Agree.
All right.
Okay.
Bothers me.
Yes.
A lot. Then we're back to the girls. Buffy is able to get a curtain wrapped around Marcie so then she can see her and knocks her out.
Yes, I just want to point out when what's her name? Marcie brings out the tools of the torture tools, and Buffy is threatening her. She says, "What are you going to do? Slay me?" So I guess she knows that Buffy is the Slayer.
Well, I think just because she's been skulking
around listening. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I figured. And then they refer to Marcie as a thundering loony. Does they refer to Marcie, or they refer to somebody refers to somebody as a thundering loony?
I think it was Marcie.
Yeah, and then Buffy, before the way she captures Marcie is she just kind of goes zen.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And everything slows down, and except her hair is blowing.
Uh-huh.
And she tells Cordelia to shut up.
Yep. I did like that. Like, you know, they
shut up, and Cordelia's like, okay.
Yeah. They show her she's focusing.
I guess. So then, Marcie's captured in the curtain, and the suit guys come in and say they're FBI, which I don't believe they're FBI. There's some kind of covert operation.
They could rehabilitate her.
See, yes, she's going to be useful. As an assassin.
Before we find out they're going to be assassins, we're back at the library.
Yes.
Remember Xander in his porn star shirt a few episodes ago?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed his shirt this time. Now it says 25-cent peep show.
He's dirty.
He is. I never noticed these before. Cordelia thanks the group outside the library.
Yes.
But then Mitch walks up and like, "You're not talking to those losers." Of course. No.
I know.
It's back to her old self.
Yeah.
And it ends with a class of invisible kids.
Yep.
Marcie's directed to sit down. The teacher tells them to open up their books. And we see chapter 11, Assassination and Infiltration.
Cool.
And that's how it ends. We don't know what's going to happen with Marcie.
It's just a room full of crazy invisible people.
Well, maybe they're being rehabilitated so that their skills can be put to use.
They're still crazy. They need some therapy. I hope there's therapy in that school.
Yes, I agree. And not just
right. Yeah. How can you trust a crazy assassin?
Fair.
They're just going to go off on their own.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
How many stakes would you give this episode?
2.
Really?
2.5 maybe if I'm generous. It wasn't my favorite.
No. I agree. Not my favorite. I mean, it's special because it's the first one I saw.
Nostalgia for you.
Yeah. But, I would go with 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I know you mentioned your favorite line earlier.
Yeah, my favorite line was, come over for dinner. Mom's making her famous call to the Chinese place.
Oh, okay. For me, it was, maybe it's a vampire bat.
Oh.
That made me laugh. I liked it. Thank you for listening to episode 11.
11.
One more.
One more to go.
Got the season finale.
One more to go, and then 140 to go.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here.
Okay.
It's
It
great.
just gets better from here.
It does. It's great storylines. You're going to love it.
Okay.
Cannot wait for certain things in season 2.
Okay.
Please give us a rating or review if you can, if your podcast platform supports it. We'd love to know what you think.
Visit us on the socials.
Facebook, Reds, Instagram,
YouTube,
Discord.
Oh, Discord.
I created a Discord server. Somebody asked me to.
Send us an email.
At thesunnydalediaries@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Visit our website at thesunnydalediaries.com.
Please.
And we will see you next time for the season 1 finale.
See ya.
Bye.